Hello and welcome back to Empressivewarrior. My name is Dina. I am so happy to be back. I have been in and out of my hiatus here on YouTube, but all messages are intended to be timeless. I've just been keeping super busy in both the 3D through 5D and beyond, doing everything that needs to be done. And at this point, my numbers are small on YouTube, and it's just a humble channel. And so I don't make money here, so I've got to go out and do what needs to be done. Work the land, got the homestead going. It's August right now as I'm recording this. Mid-August, we've just had the Lion's Gate. And the pre-messages coming into this one are coming forward with a throwback to the last video that I posted just about not giving up. And it seems like there's some kind of message or of support that's needed at this time. We have our first card popping out with that from the Animal Spirit Oracle deck, I believe, or is it Animal Medicine? The cat card comes out, independent. You're a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Cat energy is pretty sensual and very multidimensional. Ram is under the deck. Perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. So I don't know if there's an Aries amongst you. Sorry for the bump on the camera there. Or perhaps even a Leo with this cat energy. Also with the cat, I get some Starseed vibes every once in a while. That's why I called it the multidimensional as well, because cats are kind of here, but they're not of this plane, if you will. They're a little bit different. So you've got some strong mental capacity. You've got a lot of independence, a lot of healing capacity, and you stand apart. You're not afraid to go your own way. I had a shirt on earlier that said go your own way, but I changed my outfit. Anyways, it's interesting. Let me see. I was thinking we were going to get some messages from the archetypal deck, but nothing has popped out so far. I think we're going to leave that one for a minute. Get out what I like to call the code card deck. It's a combination deck. I will try to list all of my decks below in the description box. Also, I am taking personal reads at this time. I do have a special going on. If you would like to have a recorded video reading, I am actually going to do 20 minutes for $22.22. At this time, I only have Venmo for my payment method, but we'll work that out soon enough. So again, all those details down below. What are the code cards coming out now? Let's take some on this cat energy. You're a natural healer. You have strong intuition. Life is supporting you in every way. Maybe you're leaving some group here. You don't have to go with the crowd in some way. You can hold a different opinion. You can push for your values to be recognized in a situation. There we go. We've got a whole stack coming out. And on the top we have loving compassion. Seems like a ripple coming forward from your heart space. It's like there's plenty of reasons for the egoic side of yourself to get your hackles up, I want to say, like when the cat raises its hair on its neck and shoulders because there's either a fear trigger or a threat or something such as that, right? But the loving compassion is like, I don't have to respond in these old primal ways. There's this surge of compassion. Like, let's say that with your cat-like intuition, if someone else is raising their back in that fearful posture, you can have compassion for them. Below that, we have 12, water with the overflow. Yeah, I absolutely see you seeing multiple viewpoints again with that multidimensionality, the roses and the multi hands. It's like you have your hands in multiple planes of existence and matter, and like there's the dreamscapes, there's all these parallel timelines and parallel lifetimes and ways that you could respond to something. And it's as if it's giving this Doctor Strange reference where you can almost in that moment and witnessing someone else's fear posturing or your own, you can choose to understand something in a different way. And for some of you, maybe it has been something creating the urge to go into hermit, to go it alone, because there's some type of fear that's at work here. It's coming through in some other ways, but let's get the cards out here. We've got, fire, Solaris Sublime, talks very much to me about the solar plexus chakra. And we've got the two dragons intertwining. Oh, and two below that as well. Referencing Kundalini awakening, but it seems here that this point of flowing compassion is also like this urge to become upset is surpassed by your ability to look at something with newfound compassion, that unconditional love of ascended and evolved growth and emotionally mature response to this individual. To change your response to something. Another 12 there, coming directly below water. 12, water, the overflow, creating change. It's like this fire energy is a point of surrender to awakening. So perhaps you have made some declarations to another, or someone has made these healthy reflections back to yourself. Or maybe it came through in a more challenging way so that it would really take your breath away and cause you to really listen to what's coming through. But that fire is like, it's the fire in your belly, and instead of devouring you, it's created some type of release, a release of old patterns and old things that used to govern it had authority over your flow state. But now you're gaining this newfound alignment. The previous card and this one both have some dragonflies, but look too at those dolphins. It has a lot of Atlantean energy in that way to me. Or for some of you, you may be in that type of multidimensional energy. You might identify as being more of an aquatic type energy, water element, because that's a double hit on the water. And I'm seeing a whale, as well as the way that this loving compassion and this fire and the arms of this being are all coming back. You may be doing yoga, bringing the breath back into the body, and utilizing that to help the ego so-called surrender to the flow of spirit, and creating some type of emotional or fiery release through that with your emotions. So stuck energies in the body starting to shake loose and find proper alignment here. Oh yes, the next card here is solar plexus, exactly, coming directly below the 15, fire. Radiant illumination. It's that moment of clarity that comes. Perhaps for some of us, again, whichever way the flow is, if somebody's awakening you to something that hadn't been previously seen, or you bringing that up in somebody else, or both, all of the above, there's this illumination point that is requiring somebody to make a huge breakthrough. It's like there's that brick wall that blocks us from understanding something that is sadly true about self. Is that something that you would be ashamed of? I don't mean that you should be ashamed of it, but like that you are fearful of acknowledging in yourself. It came up for a few people recently, one in the form of feeling threatened that something that they had worked on very hard might end up being managed by someone else. And that was a very real threat to that person because they were identified and attached to their idea belonging to themselves. And they were struggling with sharing that responsibility for this new baby of an idea with the group. Others, I've seen this happening with acknowledging the decisions that we're making at 11:11 when I looked up on the timer, making decisions based on what the group needs versus what we are actually in alignment with. So we're being told here to witness what we are choosing for ourselves, because with every choice, we are saying yes to something and therefore no to something else. Or switch that around if that fits the way that you're thinking of this. But so, for instance, it came up personally with making space for certain people or types of engaged energies, just to keep it as broad as possible for everyone. In keeping though space, holding space for those energies for long time after it's fulfilling, and the energies that are engaging you are getting more out of it, and you perhaps are only gaining some type of validation for being useful, indispensable, or being able to handle something very effectively and efficiently and professionally. It's like somebody that is very proficient in their work life, but then their emotional vocabulary is maybe truncated or less open and transparent. So it could also be like making space for, let's say, drinking or gambling or a shopping addiction or gossip or slander or criticizing instead of taking action or being more direct with the individuals or situations that you are choosing to engage in. Because anything worth engaging in is basically us feeding ourselves. So it's the recipe and the cooking pot of our life. And what we're doing with every little bit of energy and emotion and self identity, ego, spirit, whatever you want to call it, it all goes into this big mixing pot. And if we don't like the taste of what we've been sampling from our lives, it's up to us to either sweeten the pot with a little bit of natural fruit, or maybe add a little bit of bitter chocolate if it's a little too sweet, or maybe we have a little bit of salt on the caramel. There's a way that we're feeding into this. And so it looks like with the last three cards in this set, we've got 14, communication. So there's a shift coming under the change card, a change in communication styles, because we're discerning, we're using our ability to actually choose for what's in alignment with us versus, let's say that the boss needs you to work late. It's great, you might not have anything to do, but there's really nothing in it for you. You're probably less likely to do that than if a friend asked you to do something and there's really not anything in it for you. Some of us feel a little bit more obligated depending on the situations in life, but there's something that you're understanding about a need to set some type of a limit or shift the dynamics of communication within either a group or in your own life, the way that is there's some kind of crowd here that you're wanting to shift either the dynamics within if you're staying there, or maybe you're wanting to shift your attention to things that are going to bring you more joy, that are in greater alignment with your own, where you're going. So integration on the other side. So how to integrate this is where we're going with the ram here. The ram being very Aryan energy here. Aries is the self-starter, the leader, entrepreneur, the boss. So either you're going to try to take some action and take some ownership here, try to either, if you need to delegate or if you need to volunteer for things to take action or ask some permission, or maybe you need to ask forgiveness if you're not prepared to ask for permission up front. Let's see. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. You have ideas, and maybe that's what's threatening you to someone else in this situation, or vice versa if you have to. But your intuition is really strong here, and you have the capacity to heal this situation here because you have strong intuition about what needs to be done. You have a lot of ideas. So with patience, you can reach the mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. So you've got luck in this situation because of your staying power and your ability to speak and declare what you believe to be healthy and effective in this situation I'm getting. So we've got a couple cards coming out. We get the 53 transformation. It looks like you've been praying for some type of a shift or a change in your life with this transition card. And check out those wings. It's giving a little bit of your almost angelic or otherworldly sensitive energy has somewhat at different times curled in on itself with this independent energy. It's like you know how to shield your energy and go off into another dimension all by yourself. And it's because you're a starseed elemental. You can be in this world but not of it. You can traverse the planes and dimensions and live your parallel lives while you're meditating at a traffic stop or in your dreams. You have this elemental power, though, that gives you a different type of alchemy than what others may have in their repertoire. With this transformation energy, it's like if you choose, it's like I'm hearing your mission, should you choose to accept it. I think that's an old TV show that I don't know. It was maybe before my time. But it's like if you should choose to unfurl your cocoon and expose your dragonfly heart space energy with this and show you this alignment, it's like you can unfurl this kundalini energy, this starseed elemental energy here can unfurl from you, like all of these many hearts here, that is actually able to heal yourself, others in the situation, and the collective at large. So you've got something, many gifts that can help to solve problems. And so in this way, other people seek you out, but it looks like, I want to say, what's underneath the deck, first of all? Mount Shasta, number 37. You're trying to set your sacred space and honor and guide yourself and guard yourself in this sacred space and cocoon your energies, perhaps, so that you can I feel like be a container, a healthy container of this compassion energy so that you can maintain the clarity of your vibe so that you can convey and receive these transmissions from your Starseed collective and your origins. Splitting the deck, we've got crystal keys number 22. So yeah, it's like you're receiving those downloads this way. And the crystal keys are also things that when you do expand, like we say, these are the crystal keys that you're able to rain down onto situations through the powerful communication that you bring. It's like the communication that you bring is a huge change from the norm, because in this time and space, it always seems like people are advising us to just be kind, or, well, is that really necessary to say? Well, if it does fit those things, sometimes people are still wanting us to play socially nice. And some people that are awakening in this time that mostly identify with this Starseed collective are in alignment with higher truths. And we are here to be a radiant, illuminated beacon of this transcendent truth. We've discerned through the earthly realms, and we've come to bring forth this new fire to transition the way that we've been operating here, to transform communication styles. Yeah, we've got transition and transformation. Healing the communication is something. You're going to get something started, or you have already started, but it looks like there's resistance because you're somewhat in contact with all these dimensions that others do not understand, and that's probably why there's this fear trigger, because they don't understand what they're 22, what they're not used to seeing. They want it to be business as normal. But it looks like you're standing firm. There's a new and better way, a more effective and efficient way to grow and expand and change and answer the desires of the greater group that's associated in this issue for you. So yeah, somebody's bullheaded and they want to lock horns with you, but you're over here in this cat energy. It's like you can stand up to them if you need to, but you're just standing there like the grace of a cat. It's like you can point your finger and tell the cat to sit, but the cat's just probably going to blink at you and only do it if it wants to. Not to be disrespectful, but because the page does not dictate what the Empress does. Any other cards here on the side of this perseverance? It's kind of like, don't give up now when you're so close to this. More people support you than you recognize at this time. We've got conception. Yeah, you've birthed a new way of doing this. And then the Crystal Keys card comes out for confirmation. It's this Starseed collective crystal key codes that you're bringing in. Yes. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. So don't mind my nails. I am a gardener. So the crystal keys here that you're bringing in, it's like you're bringing these in from your... Oh, where did my card go? Oh, it was on the bottom. The Mount Shasta, the transmissions coming through. You've got the crystal keys to listen to and then to drop the codes, seeding them into the Earth Collective here. And that says Earth Star Chakra Initiation. So whatever group you're involved in, you're involved in part of an initiation, and you're communicating something that's knocking some people's socks off. So we're already at the end of the video. I only get 33 minutes. I got a stat coming from this deck here. Underneath we have Macrocosm, 2 of Earth Guardians. So you're making a choice based on planetary alignments and how things are developing. You have a very cosmic mindset, and you can listen to things without even watching them. And so you don't have to micromanage the macrocosm, and it doesn't have to micromanage you. You are in communication with this. There's all these rings. Return to the mother tree. It looks like you are returning to your own essence and communing with some type of divine Holy Spirit. 10 of light codes is gaining those downloads that we were just talking about. And it's also this loving compassion card, I would say. Very similar. It's the enlightenment and the feedback from spirit saying why you are necessary to participate in perhaps drama over here, or conflict over there, or some type of invitation for gossip and slander over there. And ultimately over here, maybe there's a coping mechanism, or some type of old addictive personality trait that is undermining some of your goals and taking you out of alignment here and there. But it's bringing you this return to the mother tree is like a return to something that you truly value, that helps you stay centered, communicating with your highest angels and being your own aligned angelic life force energy, a place where you don't need to cocoon, but you can expand all day long and offer up that full vibration of all that you are. And so this next card, the 11, alignment of the heart, justice, I truly believe this is my favorite card in this deck so far, but it's hard to choose. Look at all that golden energy. And it's very otherworldly, all that wingspan coming out. And each one of those feathers, it has a different realm associated with it. And the central soul, this golden soul, is so much larger than the earth itself. It's perhaps the mother god, goddess energy that births all creation, and the seed of yourself that is able to travel through her like cellular memory, like a cell traveling through her systems and into and out of realms and dimensions, experiencing life and experiencing other outcomes than what you've chosen for in this here and now. Next, we have contemplative solitude, the hermit. Absolutely getting back in touch with the cosmic and the earth. You are this beautiful chakra rainbow light bridge, and it takes a lot of solitary practice and time to keep realigning your energies and to continue to do that work on the other side of the veil, not in necessarily the 3D, but behind the scenes. You're one of the operators that is able to influence and heal situations on a higher, more versatile, diversital plane manner. It's like, because we are dancing with these same souls in all walks of life and all realms and dimensions simultaneously in parallel, perhaps other universes, that there's other means to heal them. But if we continue to demonize them here, then um, we're not getting to the base of it. Because next we have 39, deep dive, 4 of portals. There's a lot of subconscious understanding and beliefs here that need to be discerned and translated into words that other humans and other beings in other realms can understand. And so making it specific by talking about who did this and who said what is very much the microcosm and the micromanagement that we could be doing, instead of lifting ourselves up into these new realms, the new expanded realms where the communication is is instantaneous. It's light language. It doesn't need to be translated when we look deeply into the eyes of another. And your eye contact is like that with other individuals. And when you call them out, they feel you. And so this is that labyrinth 42-7 of portals. This is that instantaneous choice that goes on in the neural synaptic memories and cellular memories of individuals when we are trying to awaken ourselves to our own processes and to break through that brick wall of ego to make it paper thin so that we can understand there's no threat. This is something I put this seed in for everyone. Everybody can share this, whatever. So yeah, it's that point of being able to understand. Maybe it puts us into awakening to some level of shame that we also gossiped, or it can awaken a bit of self-pity that we had all these opportunities and it was actually us that didn't do something. Or maybe we can recognize where we've been engaged in something for the wrong reasons, where we're out of alignment, and where we may have cheated ourselves out of an opportunity. But now is the time to make it through that labyrinth of portals and have that emotional release and recognize and be accountable for that energy so that you can lift up and take off. Somebody's avoiding you because you see straight through the lies and the BS and their fake smiles. They're not ready to acknowledge that they looked at this labyrinth and said, nope, I am not going in that deep, dark shadow self of mine. I'm not going to look at it. You force them to have clarity. There's a realization happening amongst many players in this dynamic or drama, and others are recognizing something about a situation based on the ability that you have to communicate something in this light language and to translate it into real time, real words. Ooh, it's putting somebody between a rock and a hard place here because you're like, I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. Because you're not waiting for somebody to deliver something. If there's confusion, you clear it up. If somebody said something that hurt you, you ask them about it. And if you did something out of alignment with yourself, you apologize. No one needs to ask you twice. It's there. It's real. You're choosing the labyrinth and you are breaking through because you're above it. Yeah, flowing and reflective. You've done the integration work. Oh, pattern interrupt. You are shocking the shit out of people. I was singing softly while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slapping time. I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that driver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Janis Joplin lyrics to close us out today. So this might be the